What is up, you wonderful people? It is I, Nima, and today I want to talk about Live Alive. Have you guys been playing the demo? It just got released about a week ago, and it really allows you to play a small segment from 3 of the characters. This game focuses on, I believe it's 6 total characters. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it's 6, and they're all from different time periods, so it's really cool to kind of see how the graphics and the aesthetics look in different places. But before we get into that, I do want to remind you guys to please hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't, I will be forced to resign as Prime Minister. Oh wait, no, that's somebody else. Anyway, back to Live Alive. This game is really cool. Like, I haven't been this excited for a game in quite a while, especially that kind of retro RPG turn-based kind of game, which I love turn-based RPGs, and they're awesome. But this one specifically because even a lot of hardcore RPG fans had never heard of this game, because it was only released in Japan for the Super Falcon. And this game is amongst many of July that are, I think, going to be really big. And I know people are going crazy already for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that's going to be cool. But I'm looking at a game called Zell, which hopefully I'll have a review up by next week for that one. It's a good game. It comes out the 14th. And Live Alive looks so good. I love just the different, like I said, aesthetics of different time eras. And it covers prehistoric, ancient Chinese, feudal Japanese, Wild West, present day, near future, and the far future, as well as, at some point, opening up the medieval time. All of these time eras exist in the game, and they're represented well by characters, and by backgrounds, and by a rich environment, from everything I can tell, from NPCs to different side quests, and even voiceovers. I forgot about voiceovers. There's a lot going on with this game, and this is just what I got from the demo alone. Now, the ones that are available on the demo are the ancient Chinese, the near future, and then the far future. I personally started in the ancient Chinese era with a kung fu master who was getting up in age, and his whole goal is he wants to find disciples who he can teach his kung fu to before it's too late. And before he knows it, the world around him is plagued with illness, to bandits, to a new chaos that he's not very comfortable with. And so you just kind of take control of his character and go out and find the disciples, as well as try to heal the people in a neighboring village. Like I said, this game is great, and the fact that you can check it out before it comes out is a bonus to me. And in fact, in some ways, it seems like with Diofield, and there's a couple other Square Enix games that have been released recently, that they've been offering up these really nice demos. And it sucks for me because I love Square Enix, and every time I play a demo, it makes me want to go out and buy it. Anyway, though, I am curious if you guys have been checking out the Live Alive demo. I'm super excited for the game. I really can't wait for it. I understand so many people excited for Xenoblade, but for me, this month is all about Live Alive, and I don't know. I think it's going to be like the dark horse. I think it's going to be the one that no one sees coming, but it's going to be really great. Not to mention the price. The price isn't great, but it's pretty good for something that has not been localized before and has all of these different entwining stories that have to take on a whole different element, if you will, from, like I said, prehistory to distant future times. Like, all of that involved, as well as the banter, the voiceovers, the 2D HD graphics, all of that combined really is going to make for a really good game. Now, again, don't get me wrong, Xenoblade 3 is going to be fantastic. It's going to be awesome. Everyone's going to be excited for it. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, though, today, how to deal with the Nintendo Switch Pro. And we've been hearing this and that about it. There's been certain YouTubers who've talked about it a lot, and they were talking about it a lot last year, and I don't know, I've never said like anyone purposely does this to make money, but it does get kind of annoying because the thing is they keep reaching. There's a lot of reach you see out there. For one, the big one recently was, well, Nintendo has purchased a whole lot of like raw material, and then the other thing was that they had privatized 2 of their commercials, one for the Switch Lite and one for the OLED. Like, oh, see, this points to them releasing a new system. Why else would they want so many raw materials? Like, why would they do this to their commercials and blah, blah, blah? Well, we finally did get, like, the new Switch, and it's the Switch OLED Splatoon 3 edition. But the thing is I've said multiple times, the raw material aspect is pretty easy to pick up on when you realize that not only is Nintendo expanding their own infrastructure, like, they're investing over I don't know, $300 million into like just a completely new warehouse, a new area where they can do their labs and all sorts of stuff. But also they're starting up this new client care service where you pay $1.50 a month, and if you have anything happen to your Switch, you can send it in there and they'll replace it. So they're going to need a lot of just replacement parts around. So it kind of makes sense why they would invest so much money into this idea. And I believe some of this is going to have to do with the Joy-Con drift and maybe avoiding certain legal issues. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but it just seems that way. I just think it's funny, though, that people really buy into this stuff. Now, look, do I think there's going to be a new Switch at some point? Yeah, probably. It'll probably be 2023, maybe even 2024. No one has experienced a pandemic before. So these kind of things, they really just mess things up. And it not only for a month or a year, it can impact like years and years down the line. And I think that's probably what's happening. But anyway, guys, I'm curious, are you interested in Live Alive? What's your thoughts on the Switch Pro? Am I wrong? Are they going to be releasing one more recent? Are you excited for that? Or do you not really care? Are you tired of hearing about the Switch 2 or the Switch Pro or whatever? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Take care.